went to this local theater, and the first class I took was improv. And immediately I was addicted. Oh my gosh, this was fantastic. This was like opening me up to so many new possibilities. I immediately saw the therapeutic benefits. And I also saw the relationship to, I do a lot of addiction work and 12-step recovery. Well, I thought, I am a genius. I'm going to get out there and teach this improv for therapy. And I went online, and lo and behold, there were a lot of therapists that thought about this before me. In fact, on my podcast, one person you might see would be Dr. Kristen Kruger, who did the first valid research project on improv and decreasing anxiety. And this will all be in the bibliography you receive as well. So, improv and therapy, what a concept. Now, a little bit about the connection between social workers and improv. Back in 1889, Jane Addams, the mother of social work, started Hull House, a settlement house to help immigrant children and families adjust to this new environment that was so different from their homelands. In 1920, she hired a woman named Neva Boyd. Now, Neva Boyd was a sociologist, but she was also that year hired as a social worker by the Chicago Department of Parks and Recreation to bring her knowledge of games and folk tales to Hull House. This was an incredible addition to Hull House because Neva Boyd had studied all over the world and has a wonderful book also on the bibliography on games. And she introduced really the idea of therapeutic recreational games and just recreational games in general. And so she was another person we could consider a social worker as well. Now, around 1923, Neva brought her good friend, Viola Spolin, to Chicago. Now, Viola Spolin was an actress and very well known in the theater business, a beautiful young woman. And she came to study with Neva Boyd these games. And while she was doing this, and she had this background in therapy, she started realizing the connection between theater games and all these folk games. And over the years, Viola Spolin wrote Improvisation for Therapy. I don't need to show Improvisation for Therapy, which is considered the Bible. And she is considered the mother of social